y'all. What's going on? I'm about to go in the studio, so give me a minute. And I just want to say out there, it's been a busy Saturday for me. You would think, huh? What's going on? What is Dr. D up to? So I want to first of all say I want to wish you a happy Saturday, and I hope you're enjoying yourself. I hope you will stay tuned and listen to Food Alchemy Network with Dr. D. That's me. We have something to talk about because it's sex after dark. I go where others might be afraid to go. I talk about things that maybe you might want to know and some things you thought about, but no one was bold enough to talk about with you. I want to help you bring the connection of love and understanding and bringing that frequency of love and understanding and connection with knowing who we are, and what we do. It's very important to know about these things and understand who we are in these things in the world, especially when it comes to spirituality. Spirituality and sexuality is such a wonderful, glorious thing. So I just want you to know, go sit back and hear our. Your show will go live in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, for those out there, welcome. Listen. You have embarked on a journey of unbelievable resources and talent and understanding. Your body thanks you, your mind embraces you, and all your thoughts are trying, willing, and going into balance with self. Open that portal to the next galaxy, the next universe, the next dimension. Along this trip, our captain extraordinaire is Dr. Cicely Angel. Allow her to guide you, introduce you, and embrace our guests with great resources from the unknown to the known to what we thought to remove the illusion that you have about yourself, your surroundings, and your vortex of the matrix of which you live. Let's go and embark on this journey. Food Alchemy Network. Dr. Cicely Angela will be truly and truly with you along with her illustrious guests that she has presented on this luxury network of Food Alchemy Network. So without further ado, welcome to Food Alchemy Network and welcome our guest and our illustrious host, Dr. Angela Leslie. Hello, I am feeling good. I just want to say thank you for coming and being part of this Sex Talk After Dark. It is something that is dear to my heart because we're hiding in shame of our sexuality. And that's not something I believe in or think we should do. So, for those that are out there that would like to call and call in with questions, the number is 563 999 3007. 563 999 3007. That is Food Alchemy Network. Push the number 1. You can be heard. And also, if you have a question or a comment in the box below. This is only coming to you, I feel, better on YouTube Live as well as Blog Talk Radio. So if you don't mind, I'll read your questions. If you want to have a question, if you want to come on and you don't mind being recorded, know that it's going to be on YouTube. I want you to know this and not be surprised by any of this.
So I am Dr. D from Food Alchemy Network. And you're like, who is Dr. D? Dr. D is a shamanic medicine woman that believes in balancing the body and the mind and the soul together. And how she does that is with alternate holistic medicine. We balance them with spirituality and sexuality. That's who I am. So when I say we're going to talk about sex, we're going to get down to the nitty gritty and talk about sex and not be ashamed to be able to express our mind because sex is a natural part of life. Sex is something the body engages in to produce energy. And also, for some people, when they release their Kundalini energy, it can actually makes them very sensual, but it wakens the chakras in their bodies up, their spine, and put them into balance. And then some people, the Kundalini energy gets stuck just in the root. And that's where it stays. It doesn't go up. Now you got Taoism in spirit sexuality. You got Shilakoi Dosha in the spirit sacred sexuality. You got Tantra in sacred sexuality. And other different forms that I might not be aware of at this time with the names. But those are energy frequencies that releases the body from fear, but also it helps the body connects not only with their partner, but with themselves. And also it becomes a guiding force of that energy force that's in oneself to build and emerge and go and reach higher. It helps your body, come into connection and make some corrections. Meaning, you show your body by these acts you perform, meaning you do some releases. You release some energies being of negativity or negative that is not in balance with your soul. It also brings up some relationships that you need to resolve. It also helps you connect with the relationships you need to evolve. So it also breaks down and it also builds up. And you got to know how to do these and work these energy carefully. Like everybody think, oh, well, it's just about having sex, but it also can prolong sex. It also can heighten sex when you're in tune with your body and performing these different techniques and exercises with your partner or even with yourself. It also helps engage mental stability and also help release some depression or sadness in oneself when we release and let it go. It also, doing this, help you transform the energy where you're able to give the energy back to earth and take in the energy from earth with love and put it in yourself. So when you're performing these different acts, it's about releasing, it's about helping, it's about being guided to the proper way of your body getting in balance, not only with its physical self, 3D self, but spiritual self and higher conscious self, your outer self. They're all working at the same time in another dimension. We don't think about it like that. We think when we're in the mood, it's happening now. But these acts basically penetrates and helps healing long term, have a long-term effect on you, and also for you to take into your next relationship or take into the present relationship to grow and bond and connect. It also release some issues like abandonment issues, also release some issues like of confusion. It also releases energy of not understanding, also releases energy of not being lovable. These are just some low vibration energies that some people carry and not aware that they're carrying of. And this all again is attached, like I told you, to a spirit attachment. It takes that body and put it in another position for that energy to walk in inside, in and out of your mind, of telling you you're not worthy, telling you're not beautiful, of basically self criticism. And then you have the society that we live in here that criticizes you even more to make you feel uncomfortable about who you truly are. If you're not a size zero, if you're not blonde and blue eyes, if you're not wearing makeup, if your hair is a perm. I mean, we got all these things that society would have, would basically make anybody go in deep depression and not love themselves. This is just whoa. But then when you balance those energy and you learn to love yourself, you learn to look at yourself, you learn to balance and fix that energy field, you start to see the energy within yourself rise. You'll start to see the connection of knowing thyself rise, meaning you'll have a better meditation, a better connection, a better feeling and learning and opening to be able to get where you want to get in life. And it's like, it's a beautiful thing. So once you really get that, of that, you're releasing those negative emotions and infiltrating the body with positive. I am love, I am beautiful, I am glorious, I'm spectacular. By penetrating and having those energy introduced into the body and releasing those old paradigm fears that told you that you are not enough, that this was for you to enjoy sex was wrong, for shameful, if you're not married. I mean, all these old things start breaking down and start making you look at your partner in the eye, because you're able to connect to his or her soul. Like I said, soul. When you're able to look and connect into their soul, you're able to feel their emotion, because that energy from you is vibrating, like I've been talking about. It goes back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, from you to them, you to them, you to them, from the root chakra all the way up and out through to your third eye, where you're able to connect in that spiritual level on that and see each other's eye, that you're able to connect on your from your crown chakra to another, being able to go out, and your higher conscious self, Christ conscious self, is able to connect and go to another level with that partner, because you're feeling it so deep. And there's different techniques that you can do and go about that. There's different classes that you can take to know about that, and also enhancing. And I always talk about having crystals, setting up a movement of with your time. Movement meaning moving your body, your hips, and you doing the physical, even if with yourself. Try belly dancing for the women. Men, try doing yoga stretches to get that pelvic area open and get that energy moving. Because sometimes we're so grounded, so rooted, so stuck that we can't move. We don't know how to move. No, don't know how to move our hips, don't know how to move any part of our body to to redistribute that energy. We don't know the things we need to do to make it come full force and go out and connect. So there's different teachers that can help us. So these are some of the things I wanted to talk about, that love is so powerful. Sexuality is so powerful that this energy can move things, obstacles, things of distress in the body field as well in the esoteric field when you get with the right exercise style as well as the right technique. It takes that spiritual ride to another level because your sexuality are connected together. Some people don't feel, they just feel sex to sex. It has no spiritual meaning behind it. And it's something to be shameful about. That's why I said we got to get rid of that. Look at yourself in the eye and do an exercise of telling yourself you are loved. I am loved. And I'm being of love. I provide love. I see love. And things that I do in the movements, moving your foot, moving your hips, moving your ankles, moving your shoulders, releasing, because you'll feel like your body will feel like, ooh, like, oh my gosh, that you really release something through your feel. Your body will feel a lot lighter and not heavy. And you won't realize in certain areas because of your belief and of the things that you think is not spiritually connected, your body remembers and holds that energy in certain parts of your body. That's why I said, move your hips, women. Do that belly dancing, do that yoga, move your hips, do hula hoops, something to keep that energy reviving and going back and forth, that it wakes up. Men, do yoga, do stretches, lift your legs up, do something to move that energy. And you'll be surprised at when you release how it goes out, how it comes in, and the energy that you can receive, not only from crystals and plants and other people, but you'll be able to connect with the spiritual realm, that it becomes such a major part of you that you like, oh my gosh, you'll feel good about yourself. You'll know what it is that makes you go to the other level. I have such conviction when I talk about spirituality, sexuality. I believe in dakinis when they're doing it to help women and men release from past life issues of trauma and drama that was to their life, whether it's incest, molestation. All of these leave an imprint on the body that buckles the body down and attach with a disheartened, dissatisfied, a sad spirit. And what we do, we don't walk around and know, is that we walk around with these energies on us from our past life, and we go on, but we're not thinking about them, but it's always in the back of your mind. But it's imprinted. It's like a blueprint. When you get an original blueprint and you put it out, you say the blueprint and you run it off to there and you show people. Okay, so it's in your mind. But then, and you go and you get that blueprint and then you put something on top of it. Okay, something is already, you put something on top of it, and that fixes itself. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, meaning they put it on there, they fix this, they do this, they do that right on top of it. Instead of going and erasing it like you're supposed to, erase and start. That's not a good blueprint. If adding on as well as a blueprint, that's what we do with our emotions of something, of sadness or grief or whatever emotion or something that bother us that evolves around this. It's an imprint in our body. Unless we go back and forgive and do the work on whatever it is was the trauma, it's still set in the body. And it's what you want to release, it's what you want to bring forth and come. about it. So I just want you to think about some of these things that are going on in the body and know that you can release them. There's other people that can help you, like I said, Donkinis, DACAs, um, also sexologists and a surrogate sexologist. There's different things and different ways to do different healings that help the body. And there's been studies that have been done to that effect. I am looking forward when we as beings, earth keepers, understand that every part, everything we do has a connection and a lesson for our blessing, but also how we can begin to heal each other. Did you hear us say heal each other with the information we know and we grow with and release and have less trauma? That is what I would like to see happen in our society today. More loving, more understanding, more education, and just doing the right thing. Okay? So this has been Ceci Food Alchemy Network. I want to say good night and pleasant dreams. Oh, does anybody have any questions? I can, 313. Hello? Did you have anything you want to say? Okay. So, you guys, I wanted to say it's been real. It's been a wonderful night. I've done my duty tonight and I am closing out the show. So I want to say pip pip, hooray, and blessings to you. Love, mwah, life and longevity to everyone.